Close the borders, get the electronic system, fix the legal system, and then do what, she says. And Rubio answers, and then you'll have a legal immigration system that works, and you'll have people in this country that are without documents that will be able to return, will be able to leave this country, return to their homeland, and try to re-enter through our system that now functions, a system that makes sense. Nothing here about bringing people out of the shadows and legalization, and even worse, Rubio has supported citizenship. All this back and forth about Ted Cruz and legalization. Rubio took it 10 times further. He was talking about citizenship, and yet when he was running for the Senate and he wanted your vote as Tea Party conservatives, among others, that's not what he said. And I challenge our friend Brett Baer and others to go ahead and find this video and play it the next time they interview Rubio. And he's going to say, well, you know, I came to Washington and Obama was doing this and that, and so I reversed this and I didn't do... No, but the voters had already voted. And he threw in with Schumer and Dick Durbin and Flake and McCain and Graham. And according to Schumer, he wasn't just a bystander, he was an active participant. If we're gonna look at these guys and start measuring what they said here and there, perfectly fine. In this case, it resulted in part, Rubio becoming a senator, and then shortly after he becomes a senator, absolutely reversing course 100%. 180 degrees. Adam Smith of the St. Petersburg Times then asked of Rubio's opponent, Florida Governor Charlie Crist, de facto amnesty if you're still not dealing with the illegals who are here? Is that right? Crist responded by endorsing the immigration reform plans previously put forward by George W. Bush, John McCain, plans that purported to secure the border while giving illegal aliens in the United States an earned path to citizenship. That would become the Rubio position, the very thing he ran against in 2010. I hope our friend Guy Benson and others are listening. Who is he? Don't worry about it. I think what's important is that we have a common sense approach to this problem, like every other in Washington, D.C., that they're unable to fix, said Crist. And what I think we need to do is what former President Bush supported, Senator John McCain, Senator Mel Martinez, Senator Kyle, and others. And that is first secure the border. That's the right thing to do. We have to do that to enforce the law. After that, I think you have to have an earned path to citizenship, not amnesty, as the Speaker, Rubio, has unfairly characterized my view. I'm not for amnesty. People should have to get in back of the line, pay a fine if necessary, pay their back taxes, you know, the usual rigmarole, be able to become productive members of the American economy. It's a compassionate way. Then there was another guy running. You in Florida, you'll remember this, Representative Kendrick Meek. He said, Candy, I'm glad you checked Mr. Rubio on this whole amnesty issue, because the bottom line is the following. The DREAM Act was up. He said, well, you know, I'm for the DREAM Act, but I'm not for amnesty. Well, what did the DREAM Act call for? Mr. Speaker, meaning Rubio, called for individuals to serve in the military or attend an institution such as this to educate themselves so they don't become wards of the state, because, of course, you're not for that. I think it's also important to note this whole thing of kicking the ball down the field, secure our borders. We've been talking about that 15, 20 years. It's important for us to move toward comprehensive immigration reform. Shortly after Meek said this, Candy Crowley gave Rubio another 30 seconds to respond. And he said, first of all, earned path to citizenship is basically code for amnesty. Got that? That's what they call it. And the reality of it is this. This has to do with the bottom line, that America cannot be the only country in the world that does not enforce its immigration laws. It is unfair to the people that have legally entered this country to create an alternative path for individuals who entered illegally and knowingly did so. If you do that, you will never have a legal immigration system that works, said candidate Rubio. No one is going to follow the law if there's an easier way to do it. He's reversed himself completely. Over 5 years, over 2 years, over 3 years. This is plain English. This is straightforward. It's not a debate over an amendment that somebody offered and what they said in committee, and then they said something on the Senate floor, and then they did this and he did that. No. This is flat out. Flat out. Saying one thing to get elected to the United States Senate, then lurching To the left was Schumer and Durbin and McCain and Graham. And now, with opposition research, claiming that Cruz's position is really identical to Rubio's position. Now, that's not true. I think even Krauthammer would have to admit that. Even Hume would have to admit that. This guy's now talking about a pathway to citizenship. 5 years, 10 years, 100 years, whatever it is. A pathway to citizenship. When he said he's running for the United States Senate, that they shouldn't even pay a pathway to legalization. That they should be required to leave and then come through the front door, which is Trump's position, and he's trashed as a result of his position. I just thought you'd want to know. No, it's not to beat up on Rubio, it's to tell you the facts. Because you're not going to hear this on Fox. I regret that. I really do. I really do. Because I like so many people there. You're not going to read this in the Weekly Standard. They're not going to cite you in at National Review. It's not going to happen. Except maybe now. I mean, there are other things here. I've got them all piled up, and I don't want to sound like I'm piling on. The Daily Caller. Mickey Kals. Did Rubio lie to Mark Levin? And what he's talking about, I did an interview with Rubio in 2013 here, and he made a variety of representations about this comprehensive immigration bill that were incorrect. You might even call them lies. You can check it out. Google it yourself. The title is, Did Rubio Lie to Mark Levin? The Daily Caller, April 22, 2013. And there's more. And there's more. And I'm sure Megyn Kelly will be all over it tonight with Charles Krauthammer. We'll monitor that. I'm not going to watch it, but we'll monitor it after the fact. And we'll see. Because I'm sure she's fair and balanced over there. But I want to get back to the budget, and many of you do too, which is a total betrayal of the country, of your children, of your grandchildren, and future generations. Let's go to Mark in Scranton, Pennsylvania, Sirius Satellite, 25 years old. Yes, sir. How are you?